Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Amaya back with another YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why you should be going to VCU and why I picked it as a college. So let's get started. I'm going to be talking about why you should be going to VCU. I'm not really going to be like, oh, number one, this is reason number two, this is reason number three. No, I'm just going to talk about my experience, and then maybe VCU might not be for everyone, but I'm just going to talk about my experience at VCU, even though most of my classes are online. So one of the things I like about VCU is that it's very diverse. You know, even though it is a predominantly white school with 48% of the student body being white, I do like the fact that there's a lot of diversity than other schools. Because if you were to go to James Madison or a place like Radford or a place like Mary Washington, it would not be that diverse. I feel like at VCU you get exposed kind of to like a lot of different cultures and people from all kinds of walks of life, all background, rich, middle class, poor, black, white, Irish, Asian, Pacific Islander. They have everyone at VCU, and it's kind of relative to the real world, which is exactly why I like going to VCU, because it kind of exposes you to how the real world is out there. The high school I went to was not even just predominantly white, it was pretty much white. Like the 81% of the people at my high school were white, and there were a lot of racial problems at my school. If you went to my school, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyways, enough of that high school experience, it's in the past. But yes, that's one of the reasons why I like VCU. I just feel like it's really good if you like a lot of culture and if you like getting to know plenty of people that aren't necessarily the same as you. And that's feel like it's more like how real life is. Another thing that I like about VCU is the majors that they offer. Even though VCU is good for all kinds of majors, their best programs are in VCU Arts or in VCU Health or Medicine. They have a good medical school program. They also have a good art school program. I'm undeclared in VCU. And freshman year, I am applying so that VCU Arts, so hopefully I get in with my art portfolio, and I might be majoring in either interior design or more leaning towards graphic arts or graphic design right now, because I feel like I will be more flexible. Graphic arts, you know, you can have a little more room to work with in graphic design rather than interior design or architecture, because I was originally going to get a degree in interior design and then go to grad school for architecture. Now I was like, you know what, I don't even know if I want to do that anymore, because it'll just not only will take a lot of time, even though I would go to grad school for graphic design, but not only that, I just feel like I wouldn't see myself doing that for years, whereas graphic design, I could see myself doing that for a long time until I retire. And even if you don't necessarily like those two majors, I feel like they have a lot of majors. You know, they have mass communications, business, they have majors you've never even heard of. And they also, like, even if you have like friends with different majors, it's still cool to like talk to people that come from like all kinds of like majors, or who want to major in engineering or bio or chemistry. And we have gender and women's studies, African American studies. I would just go on their website and look at all the list of degrees, of bachelor's degrees that you can major in, because they have a lot. When I went to Randolph-Macon, they only had 40 degrees. I sound like I was talking about weather, but no, they only have 40 bachelor degrees, and they don't have any masters, which I like about VCU as well, is that they have a bachelor's program. I think they have an associate's program, but I'm not sure. They have associates, bachelor's. I'm not sure about the associates. They have masters, and then they have PhD and doctorates. So that's what I also like about VCU University, because I think it's very, very big in that arena. They might have majors, depending on the major, they might not have master programs, but for most of them they do. And very few of them, they have PhD programs, but still worth the money. Another reason why I like VCU is that it's in the heart of Richmond. I grew up in just boring suburbs for the most part of my life, with the exception of the first 6 years of my life. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina, and then we moved up to Spotsy for 8 years, and it's kind of suburban, kind of rural, but where I'm from in Kansas, which is where I'm in now, it's kind of rural a little bit. Not like super duper rural, but it's not necessarily most suburban either. but it's like 15 minutes away from where I live, and I feel like VCU is very urban, very hip. It's always full of life. Of course, not right now because we're in the middle of COVID, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and not people get out that much, but VCU does have like a lot of things to do in the surrounding areas. Like if COVID wasn't here, there would be plenty of pep rallies, there would be basketball games you could go to. I heard VCU has a really good basketball game, even though they're not necessarily letting people in right now. And then around VCU, they have like really good places to eat. They have Panda Express, they have Raising Cane's, they have Chick-fil-A, which is kind of everywhere, honestly. But they have like plenty of places. News companies shut down, unfortunately, but they do have Chipotle. And they're also around Carytown, which is a very nice area to shop and eat at. VCU's near Carytown as well. Carytown's probably like within a couple minutes. There's like plenty of thrift stores. I recommend going to Buffalo Exchange. The Goodwill is kind of expensive for a Goodwill, so I don't recommend that one. Mellow Mushroom, where it's around VCU. I love Mellow Mushroom. Their stuff is so good. Like their food is so delicious. And then they also have plenty of like shops, thrift stores, non-thrift stores, and they have like plenty of good eateries. I ate this place called Richmond, New York Deli, and they have the best burgers. Their burger was so good. I just love their burger. And it was just like, I wish I could live there. And I'm planning on living there in next, not next semester because the semester's coming up, but in the fall of 2021, I do plan on living there. Another thing about VCU that I like is that you can apply to get scholarships, and 9 out of 10 times, especially if you are of a different ethnicity, as long as you get good grades, they do give really good scholarships. And I don't have a scholarship. I'm here on a grant actually. I have a academic based grant and an income-based grant, but it's mainly based on academics for me because I had a certain GPA in high school that was considered really good, even though right now in college it could be a little better. I do have a scholarship, merit-based scholarship, so that's really good about VCU. And then they're also, at least the professors I had, they're like really willing to help you. Like if you get behind, one of my professors I have for focused inquiry, especially since we're in the middle of COVID and we're online, not everybody knows what they're doing. He was really lenient on us getting things in on time or getting things in turned late, which is really helpful considering the fact that it's not necessarily easy learning online. I know for a fact myself that's not really easy learning online. So I feel like VCU does a good job, at least, in helping people trying to learn. And then another thing, probably the last thing I can think of right now, is VCU. I heard their dorms are really nice. I heard especially GRC, which is only available for freshmen and sophomores, but I heard VCU's dorms are really neat. Now, keep in mind that there probably will be some people who don't listen to COVID parameters, which is why there's a lot of COVID cases at GRC, at least from what I heard. But for the most part, their dorms are pretty nice, as from what I've heard, especially GRC. Brant is okay. Rhodes is pretty okay. The only one I heard bad things about was Johnson because it's an older building. And it used to be, I think, a prison or something back in like the early 1900s. I have no clue. But I heard their dorms are really good, and like their RA is really good as well. End of this video. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And if you have any more recommendations on what other videos I should do, please again let me know. I'm still new at this YouTube channel, so please just let me know what else I could do. And make sure you tell your friends about me, subscribe, don't do drugs, be nice to your family, and have a great day.